Alright, Knights, welcome back to Total War Rome 2. Today we have a massive 4v4 siege battle. On attack, we have Pergamon, RDI, Sparta, and Gati. They're all going to be working together, coming from totally different cultural backgrounds, and they're going to try to take over this settlement and claim victory. On defense, we have the Seleucids, Lusitani, Bactria, and Suebi. So again, a nice mix of cultures standing together to try to hold on to the settlement and to keep back the attacking forces. What makes this battle very unique is that the players are using a mod called Better Settlements. What this does is that it takes settlements that aren't very balanced, improves the pathfinding, and makes settlements that you wouldn't traditionally see in multiplayer, well, be used in multiplayer. So for example, today's battle is at Cyrene, which traditionally is very hard to attack because the victory point is located in this secondary location here. It's right here. Now, they've moved it over to this big statue, so it makes it much more approachable and more balanced for multiplayer gameplay. This battle replay was submitted by Ellington. I want to give him a big thank you and all the players who took part in this battle. Ellington also has a Total War YouTube channel, so please guys check it out, link down in the video description. Well, you guys know what to do. Get your snacks and drinks, sit somewhere comfortable, and of course, don't forget to subscribe, okay? I mean, come on. So if you haven't subscribed, what are you doing? Don't you want to see more epic battles? All right, just hit the subscribe button. All right, let's jump in. All right, Knights, here we go. Battle underway. And the first thing I wanted to point out is that the siege equipment is already next to the walls. They were able to do this because they had vanguard troops, which can spawn or deploy outside the deployment zone. So they were able to deploy outside with the siege equipment, which of course, having the siege equipment so close saves a lot of lives, because you're not pushing this heavy machinery across the battlefield while you're getting shot at. Now, you are going to get hit, and they are using some cheap troops like the Illyrian spearmen. We've also got some spears for Gati. They're moving up, and they're trying to bring down some walls. Now, Bactria, who on defense, has sallied out some cav. We've got 3 units of cav here, 2 units of citizen cav, and a unit of mercenary Tarentine cav, and forgive me if I'm mispronouncing it. It's a short-range Javi mercenary unit. So pretty cool, but I don't really see an option here for them because there's this huge like temple-esque building here. I don't know what this is, but it's outside the city, and they're kind of using it to protect the flank, the left flank of the attacking force. And I just liked how they have their entire alliance focused attacking this one wall here. So things are going to get pretty bloody in this area. Now, way on the other side, I do want to point this out. The RDI have 2 hidden raider units that are hiding in the trees right here, and they've also pushed up a siege tower. Now, the defenders can't see these units currently, but of course they do see the siege tower, so, you know, they got to think something's over here. Now, right now, we can't see the defending forces. It's unfortunate. I wish in replays you can see the defending forces. You can. So if you get the replay from the defender's point of view, you can see all the units. But from the attacking point of view, you have to get a little, like the units have to get closer to be able to see more of their defending troops. We are starting to see some units from the Seleucids, Suebi, and Bactria. Lusitani, they're staying in the back. That makes sense because they're more vulnerable to archer fire, so they might be using them for late game where there's less ammo. But right now, it's a little bit of a touch-and-go situation between the two sides. Mostly the attackers. They're just kind of knocking down some walls where they can. They're being very surgical, I guess you could say, and very tactful here. So I'm going to just go ahead and move us forward to the point where they lead their main assault. Unless something really crazy happens. We'll see. Well, guys, we are on the verge of a massive attack. The attacking forces, we've got Gati and RDI moving up together, getting ready to bring... Oh, they're getting real surgical. We've got some pro players here, skilled players, maybe I shouldn't say pro, skilled players, and they're letting loose some arrows and chipping away at Swaby. Now, the thing is Swaby can take some punches. They can absorb some ammo, so you got to be careful with that ammo. You don't want to waste it on a unit that has good defense, right? And just a reminder, guys, again, like I said in the intro, the victory point has been moved. So just now that we're playing this real time, I can show you it's right here. So they're going to have to fight through all these streets and everything to get to here. It used to be over here. And this would be just impossible to attack. But the defenders can still use these walls. Say if the battle kind of starts to form up here, you can have archers up here to kind of support from afar and give you a good vantage point. Here we go, Gatey charging in. Our first real clash of infantry. We had a couple like spears charge in that just absorb ammo. But this is a nice clash of barbarians. And the trying to claim the arrow tower for themselves. On this side, Gatey's moving in, and now we've got Swaby flanking their charge with some club levy. Guys, never underestimate the mighty club levy. But they're gonna disengage and try to protect the flank against reinforcements. We've got Illyrian Therio spears. They're trying to come in, and that was actually a big move by Swaby to cancel that charge. I don't know if these spears... Actually, they probably did use up their ammo. They have a lot of skirmishing ammo, these spears. So I was thinking maybe he charged them in to cancel that out, but I think they've already used up their ammo. Whoa! And the Sally out Cav. What? The citizen Cav has pushed in and is trying to charge these skirmishers. We've got heavy bowmen for Gatey, and they're trying. Well, they've lost about half their unit, and they're most likely gonna, yeah, they're down to 23 now. Amazingly, they haven't broken yet. That's kind of shocking. I mean, it's Citizen Cav. It's not the greatest Cav in the world, and the fact that they have so much discipline after losing so many casualties is look, they're still going. There they go. Oh my gosh. Dude, those Citizen Cav must have been on meth or something. Like, they were just like some sort of hallucinogenic drug. They were not giving up. That was insane. Now we've got some club levy out here fighting outside the city streets. I don't know why. I guess he was trying to get the archers, possibly. But the Spartans have sent in some Spartan hoplites to close in on these guys and take them out really quickly. So that's good on them. Defenders doing a good job so far. Lots of archer fire coming in as we speak. Artillery fire. I wonder what they're doing. I don't know what they're going for. The gate's already open. Maybe they're trying to destroy the gate. I don't know. Or take out the towers, which might be the case. We've got some siege towers over here at the walls. The balance of power's not great for the attackers, all things considered. Usually the attackers have more resources, so the balance of power tends to be in their favor, but there's a couple other variables the game uses to measure the balance of power, but it's not exactly strong right now for the attackers. All right, so what do we got here? So RDI sending in more troops as we speak. We've got the Therio spears charging in once again. We've got a secondary unit in reserve marching forward. It's got to get past this this tortoise as we... Yeah, there we go. The tortoises can get in the way. They really can. So that's why it's so important to try to take control of these breach points. Take control of them so you can easily get reinforcements into here to help out. But yeah, they're gonna come crashing in. And see, I like that. He's getting aggressive there. He's really keeping back the reinforcements. And he's taking on Hillman, which he should easily be able to fight Hillman. Like, I think he's got this one in the bag. We'll see, though. Anything could change it. And they've got archer support coming in. Going after the bowwomen here. Crime... I don't know, Cybri bow? I don't know how to pronounce it. Anyways, it's the bowwomen, okay? It's the Daughters of Mars DLC. This is actually a pretty good unit because they have spears, so they're pretty good at protecting themselves, but of course they don't have shields, so they can't protect themselves against archer fire. So pretty cool stuff right there. Now we've got up here, more women. But they are getting absolutely pulverized. It might be better for Gaety to have an archer unit here, and it'll give them a better line of sight where the wall won't be there to protect him as easily. So, oh, Pergamon has now entered the battlefield, guys. Pergamon sending in some Galatian swords. And with Sparta, they're going in with some Spartan youths. But they are getting handily destroyed by the Seleucid Hillmen. 2 units of Hillmen, but Sparta's coming in with reinforcements. Spartan hoplites. They're going to meet these Hillmen head on and most likely utterly destroy them, as these are Spartan soldiers against Hillmen. So, and of course, the Seleucids are falling back. So they're going to lose this area. I don't know why he even tried to defend. He's still got a unit over here. Maybe he's worried about archers getting up on this wall and then firing at the defenders. That might be the case why they've got a unit over here defending. That's probably it. And now we've got Swaby sending in, oh yeah, Sword Masters. Much better than the Club Levy. Sword Masters are really good, and they can hold their own even against Spartans. We'll see what they do with them, because now he's falling them back. But yeah, it looks like, I think, guys, the defenders might call it quits here in this initial defense. They are getting bombarded by arrows. They've lost a ton of archers. At least 2 archers gone for Swaby. The bowwomen getting focused down. Now we have Lusitani. Lusitani is up here ready to support. They have 58 kills. I'm not sure what they went after. Let's see, what is this? Was this an archer unit? No. Oh, this guy's still alive. Look at it. Sir, get the microphone. What happened? Sir, could you tell me what happened to your unit? You okay? You got a little constipation going? Or, oh no, he's hit with an arrow in the gut. Sir, I just want to see how long it takes this guy to die. I know this is messed up, but these animations are pretty cool. I appreciate the dying animations. It's like a newer, well, this game isn't considered new anymore. There's Total War players who are younger than this game, which is really crazy. But yeah, he will not die. He will. Okay. Oh. All right, he's dead. So let's head back to the rest of the battle. Yes, RDI sending in more of those Thurio spears, trying to take on these Hillmen. They have definitely gained control of a foothold. They could definitely get more reinforcements in, but I think they're being very cautious about it because they don't want to pour in a bunch of troops in one area. Like if they just rush in, then they can be easily targeted from, you know, enemy skirmish units or a scorpion or anything like that. So, oh, now we got archers. Look at this Swaby. Okay. We've got the semi-wounded bowwomen. They're down to 56, but we also have 2 fresh ones with 120 women in the unit. But yeah, they're gonna just do a hit and run tactic, it looks like, and I don't know how that's working out. Well, they lost one lady there. But yeah, we've got a lot of archers scattered around. This is definitely going to be a very archer-focused battle. Pergamon bringing picked peltis. 3 units of picked peltis. I think he's saving them for maybe Lusitani. I'm telling you guys, Lusitani is a scary faction, but their kryptonite is skirmishers. But if you save Lusitani for the very end of the battle, that's where they're going to excel because they have these veteran warriors that can just chew up infantry. But if you have a bunch of archers and take them out, that's obviously a big win right there. But still no advance through this initial defense. Spartan hoplites going back in to try to take control of this region. They no longer have to worry about a unit in the flank over here. Oh, and archer fire's coming in. Can they not send up any archer support at this time? Oh, now they're fighting. Okay, hold on. Now they're fighting for, wow. They are fighting for the walls over here. This is clearly an important section of the settlement for the defenders. And even though they're just defending with Hillmen, they're putting up a great fight. And these archers near the port have a great angle on the Pergamon forces. that are coming from the towers, which are Galatian swords. Look how cool this is. This is awesome. This is awesome. All right, so more and more troops charging into the breaches. RDI is really sending a lot of men into the meat grinder. They are the ones spearheading this attack. And here we go, Lusitani. Lusitani sighting, and now artillery slamming into the main road. Lusitani has some Iberian swordsmen. They went in for a charge, and now they're getting the heck out of Dodge. And we've got some Javi play coming in. I think it's the Thurio spears. Yeah, using their secondaries. Try to get some kills as they retreat back into the city streets. And it's, oh yeah, the gate has been taken. Pergamon is charging in troops. Sparta is charging in men as well. They're going to send up the Spartan hoplites on the flank of these hillmen, which is definitely going to get the job done. The attackers have officially claimed this wall. Ooh, some stabs in the head. Very nice. Just as Spartans are used to that. You know, they do that a lot. But yeah, they are going to take this region, and now they're going to concentrate all of their forces down the main road. Now, they have not claimed this section of the settlement, and I'm not really surprised by that. Again, they probably want to stay away from the walls over here, the back walls, because they could potentially get archers up here and it could cause some issues. This is still very far away from the walls. I just think they're making a lot of ground here. Oh my goodness, look at this, guys. More and more troops. We've got some spears for Pergamon. They're going to be able to get some kills, but let's look at what the defenders have here. This alley right here screams Scorpion Alley, and that's exactly what the defenders are doing. They already have 30 kills, but we've got some attacking artillery. Oh, or stops right in front of them. This fiery ball of justice stops right, and this guy didn't even flinch. Look at him. He's like, he's more mad about it. He's like, you're gonna shoot at me? You're gonna shoot at me? Well, he's upset about it, and he's gonna make sure his crew keeps up that rate of fire with that Scorpion, because this is a perfect... Oh, here it comes again. Is it still going for the Scorpion? Yes, it is. Oh, man, again, just shy. This guy unfazed. He doesn't care. He's got a job to do. He doesn't care what the enemy's throwing at him. He's like, load the giant ballista thing, and we're good. The Scorpion ammo, the bolt, I guess is what you'd call it. Load the bolt, mind my manners, repeat. And already they're almost up to 40 kills after a couple volleys, so they are certainly going to rack up. Oh, here comes another one. Let's see if it hits. Let's see if it hits. No, he's going now. I think he's going for the back reserves, which honestly is a better target. A Scorpion is a small unit. It's hard to hit. And they're still at full strength. He's actually retreating the Scorpion now. So I guess he's going to try to remove it from the attackers' minds and maybe come back later when they're not worried about it anymore and they make some mistakes. Bactria has set up a line defense on the right flank. Archers are just hammering these Bactrian hillmen. Is that a good unit to waste your ammo on? I don't know. But it's definitely it's weakening the defense. It's one less unit they have to worry about. This is the Spartans up here using their slingers. Almost have 100 kills. And that is why the defenders fought so hard for these walls, because as soon as the attackers take them, it's pretty much over. And the attackers have finally carved their way into this settlement, but they've got a lot more carving to do. A lot more pumpkin carving, you know? You guys gonna get any pumpkins this year? Do some carving, some Halloween stuff, make some jack-o'-lanterns. Jack-o'-lanterns. So we got some slingers over here, 58 kills. The Iberian slingers, of course, very good at slinging rocks and hurling insults. Pretty good, you know, pretty good at that. So they're going to open fire, and it's a long distance, too. They're getting some hits on these Illyrian Marines, which are fantastic. They also, like Thurio spears, have a lot of secondary ammo that they can throw, like javies, essentially. So this is going to be a very important unit, and we'll see how well they can perform. But RDI has really committed a lot of troops to this fight. He's probably the weakest army at this point of the battle, just because, again, he spearheaded the attack. And now we've got the brave defense here, the bold defense. The Scorpion has fallen back. I think the Scorpion too was falling back to get out of range of that artillery, which is still going off. As you could see, the rocks fly into the sky there, or through the sky. But the Scorpion has not opened fired, still at 38 kills. What is that artillery going for? It looks like it's going for a little bit of a blob here. Let's see how many kills the attacking artillery has. Oh, there it is. It's Gaety. And they have 59 kills, which, yeah, that's, I mean, the giant ballista, the thing about them is you can't move them. So you want to try to, if you get through the settlement and you see the defenders falling back, you want to try to use up that ammo quick so they don't get out of reach. But Sparta has really pushed through with RDI as well. Gaety's got a couple troops up here. Pergamon is sitting in reserve back here. And, oh, they're going for the amphitheater. I mean, come on. I know the amphitheater needs a good mowing. Sure, they haven't been taking care of this, and they don't believe in the important arts. They don't care about the arts, man. But that doesn't mean you have to destroy it, okay? Just let it be. It just needs a good cut. You know, maybe retiled. And then you can go back to having your plays and your speeches. You know, no need to destroy it, attackers. That's just very foolish of them. Now, of course, they're not trying to hit the amphitheater. They're going for the infantry. They're getting some of the infantry kind of hanging out in the streets here. This is so cool. This is such a cool map. And, yeah, there we go. We've got infantry closing in, clashing with the thorax swordsmen of the Seleucids, who look like they're doing a little bit of a cycle charge there. He's kind of falling back at the, or he's just reforming. Oh man, all the archer fire coming in. Yeah, these mercenary Cretan archers for Sparta, 72 kills and 88 kills for the other unit. And they're killing some good units here. They're going after these thorax swords. They have a huge defending presence over here. Lusitani, Seleucids, Bactria, they all have some and Swaby. They all have some very good infantry that are going to be an issue. This is the challenge, right, guys? This intersection is going to be very difficult to attack. And I'm kind of, well, that's probably why the Spartans are shooting so many arrows. Because if the Seleucids just hang back here and the attackers go full sail in, their flanks are going to be exposed right here to charges and to projectiles. So we'll see how they approach it. I'm surprised the Seleucids and Swaby are charging forward. I think you should just let them come to you. But I think it is because the archers kind of doing a lot of damage. They're worried about that. Now we have Sparta pushing on the far flank, harassing some Bactrian hillmen. These are the heroes of Sparta. This is a really, really strong unit. If I was a Bactrian soldier, I'd be running too. But they are also getting pelted by slingers. And whoa! Look at this. Gaety has completely stopped them in their tracks. I think they were fighting these. That was a really good move by Gaety. I really like that. Let me just explain what just happened there. He was fighting a unit here. He pulled away to stop Bactria from running, charged them, so he kind of protected his flank because Bactria could have charged the back of him. Now, while he did that, Sparta closed in and took care of the Bactrian hillmen, and then these noble swords turned back right at the perfect timing. So he prevented a rear charge by great micro. That was really, really cool to see from the noble swords of Gaety. So good stuff there. Sparta is getting hyper aggressive, really pushing back the defenders over here. Who's slinging? Who's slinging over here? It's Sparta, of course. Sparta's supporting his infantry. 116 kills, and they're going for the Iberian slingers. So Sparta's doing a great job of using these Rhodian slingers. He's got all kinds of mercenary skirmishers. He's got the Cretan archers and the Rhodian slingers. You bring them together, it's a super team. It's a mighty super team. So good job by Sparta. I like that. So this fight is still unraveling. Let's see. Is the Scorpion opening fire? You think it would be? Yes, it is. It's at 50 kills. I'm curious. I wish we could. Can we follow? I don't think we can follow the shot, can we? Let me just. I don't think it will. That would be so cool. What game was it? Is it Shogun where you can follow the round? I think it's Shogun. You can actually follow the round, and you like fly with it. But yeah, the Scorpions are racking up kills, guys. They're going for the reserve forces back here. Oh yeah, they're just going for this blob of RDI. Already has 2 units blobbed up over here. Some nobles, some marines. This is a good target to focus down. We also have some marines over here you could focus down. So that's a good target right there. Swaby has formed a little bit of a shield wall here. And RDI, what they could do is form columns and push around them. But, oh, they're spreading out. The Swaby is spreading out. Swaby, baby. They're spreading out. All right, so now over here, Gaety is focused. We'll call this the center. We'll call this the center because we also have this right fight over here, and then we have this left fight where Sparta is single-handedly taking on. Let's look how many kills that the Iberian slingers have. 111. I think these guys are out of ammo. Great job there. This unit up here has 68 and counting, really making those Spartans suffer as they try to fight through. And now, oh no, the Rhodian slingers are like, look, we don't want to pay for their mercenary contracts. Just charge them in. We don't want them to survive this battle. Then we have to pay them. Just charge them in. Yeah, that's pretty cool. It would be cool to see mercenaries have like weak morale. I don't know how, because there are elite mercenaries that don't have weak morale, but it kind of makes sense where mercenaries are less inclined to fight to the death because they are fighting for money. So that, you know, obviously them surviving the battle is more important and getting paid than fighting for a cause. Anyways, besides the point, this is a cool little fight here. I like the use of these slingers. 71 kills now. Not getting a ton of kills, but they are chipping away at Spartan hoplites. Back over here, Sparta is now leading the charge against Bactria. And still over here, this is RDI taking on the Seleucids and Swaby. Pergamon moving up some picked Peltis. So the picked Peltis already joining the fight. Ooh, and they are getting a nice welcoming from the Seleucids, throwing down some Pila. And they're chasing them off, so infantry is going to close in to protect them. Nice. Gaety coming over here to stop the Thorax swordsman. These noble swords should defeat the Thorax swordsman. You know, all things, you know, if there's nothing else helping them out, that is. And, oh, now we got a flanking charge by the alien Marines. Illyrian Marines. There we go. And now we've got a flank by Thorax swordsmen. They're trying to use the gaps as well. And oh my gosh, look at the carnage, the absolute skirmishing carnage from the slingers. We have 20 kills. They must have just joined the fight, trying to chip away at the Thorax swordsmen. And that's their strategy, I think, the attackers are, because this intersection is so delicate. And I think their strategy is to skirmish them down, make them regret trying to hold this intersection, and that's going to really open it up for the attackers to eventually break through and get past this. Ooh, let's look at the Scorpion. I like watching the Scorpion. It's 105 kills. Ooh, they're racking up some kills. And they're getting XP as well, which doesn't the XP improve? It improves their shots per minute. So they do 6 shots per minute. If that's exact, I'm pretty sure it is. So that's a lot of shots per minute. That's a ancient machine gun right there, ripping through some elite forces. Oh, baby. Oh, this is just a gnarly skirmish for both sides. Now the Pick Peltis are getting their swords out, charging in. Doing some cycle charging, keeping the boys fresh as they fight it out on the front line. Here comes a reinforcement coming in as well. Got spears closing in. Spears closing in, fighting for beers. Now we've got a little bit of a flank presence by Bactria. Oh, now we got some pikes closing in. Interesting. My question is, why is Sparta so dead set on this flank? Why are they so dead set? And I'm actually kind of surprised that we see pikemen so early in this battle. So these pikes, they are mostly, well, I was going to say they're mostly unharassed, but they are getting shot a bit there. Man, those pikes just look awesome. They look so cool. There's something about pikemen in action, you know? It's too bad that they aren't as effective in Rome 2 as compared to the first Rome. There's just way too much skirmishing, or they're just way too weak to skirmishing. I mean, I get you gotta, like, make pikemen kind of vulnerable to something. But hopefully we can see the pikes more in action today and rack up some kills. That's always good fun. But he is, for now, has fallen them back. They've gotten 29 kills, but have only lost 10 men. So far, they've got a positive KD. Now back over to this crazy intersection. Just everybody is throwing what they've got over here, trying to maintain it. And I think it's so important, too, for the defenders to hold on to this intersection. Because, one, they can use this street to flank. And I mean, they're already kind of pushed at this other intersection. Gatesy's really going in over here. Sparta might need to send up reinforcements. We'll see. Oh, now the cav. Look at the cav. We got infantry over here too? Interesting. But yeah, we got some citizen cav just hanging out back here. We got that skirmish cav too. Oh, they're moving in. What are they going for? Hold on. Check this out, guys. Are they really going to charge pikemen? What are they doing? I have no idea. I have no idea. I couldn't explain it. I can't even explain the mindset. I don't even know what the initial target was. I guess they were trying to charge the pikemen without them being in pike fort, but the siege equipment just got in the way. And now Pergamon is rushing in. Pergamon has a lot of reserves. We haven't seen a ton of Pergamon. I think he's kind of been saving his army for the late game. There we go. Look at him. Oh, yeah. We got the Sword Masters of Swaby waiting in reserve. This is the general. So these Sword Masters, they can rack up so many kills if you don't kill them correctly. You got to try to flank them. You got to try to skirmish them down. And now Seleucids have sent up reinforcements, but this is a little bit of a concern here. Lusitani is really dedicating a lot of reserves over on this front to try to hold back Gaety. Try to hold them back. They're really trying. Oh, that skirmish fire. There's so many arrows going through this battle. Like, this just... These aren't even skirmishers. These are the guerrillas. They're skirmishing. They're skirmishing. Let's look at the Scorpion. Let's see how it's been doing. 105 kills. So I like how they've been sparingly using this Scorpion. They're not just exhausting the ammo on the first unit they see. I think they're trying to be very tactical with it, and they're trying to take out elite units. They're trying to take them out. So, you know, they're each dart that kills a soldier is worth more because it's killing a higher quality of troop. But this is just a brutal fight in this intersection here. Just an absolute gnarly meat grinder. And I like it too because it's so wide that it's providing all this really cool cycle charging and flanking of the two forces. So that's good use there. That's good use of... Oh, there goes some noble hoplites with 3 chevrons going in. And now, oh, they got a countercharge by Galatian swords by Pergamon. So they're doing a good job. And I feel like the battle's going to be decided here. It's going to be decided here. We've got Bactria still kind of playing. Oh, we got some artillery coming in. Look at this. We've got a far distant ballista wall artillery with 2 kills, opening fire and trying to get, I assume, the Spartans. Ooh, nearly getting his own men there. But yeah, Bactria is holding this side, and the reason they're holding here, I just kind of noticed this. There's a flank that they could use and get behind the defenders, so that makes sense why Sparta's attacking this side. So good on Sparta to try to take that on by himself while his teammates attack the other fronts. Here comes Glacia charging in once again, getting Bactria a little bit by surprise. Now we have some spears by Pergamon charging in as well, but there's really not anything else. Okay, Lusitani, I guess, is going to send in some reinforcements, and I like what they're doing here. They're attacking the flank. You see this? They've got an angle on the flanking infantry, or the infantry trying to fight in this middle road. This is why this middle road is so important, because it provides shots like that where they can just open fire. But let's get some close-ups here, because they're breaking through. The defenders are breaking. They're gonna have to send up reinforcements, and here's the veteran shield warriors, Lusitani's deadly infantry, and they're gonna go square to square, toe to toe. They're going to square up, is what I meant to say, against the Spartans. Awesome. Awesome battle. A very meat grinder battle. You guys love it. You love when we're grinding, don't you? When those soldiers are grinding on each other, you guys just can't get enough. Neither can I. So the spears are sitting back. They're using their ammo. They got 28 kills. We've got the... What is this? Oh, yes, the Scorpion now opening fire once again. We're down to almost the last 10 minutes of the battle. Here we go. Look at him go. Look at him go. Watch. If we just hang out here, and every time they release, give it a couple seconds, there goes some kills. So they're doing a good job. We got archers retreating by them, though. The Scorpion's got to be careful. They don't want to get too close to the front where they can get in range of archer fire. So let's look at a tactical view of the battle. Looks fairly even. Whoa, hold on. We got Cav. We've got Cav, folks, going after a unit of slingers, slave slingers, who are glad to be free of being slaves, but very disappointed in the fact that they're dead. So they are going to be free from their slavery. But yeah, they're going after these slingers. They got 0 kills. That's a huge win for Bactria. You cannot lose skirmishers like that. I don't know how he even left a unit of slingers out here. I really don't. So he missed out. I mean, that unit could have racked up 50 kills. That's 50 kills gone. So good job with the Cav. This unit over here, what do we got? 224. I think it's safe to say that these Cretan archers got their money's worth, and they're most likely out of ammo. So running them down is not a big deal. They're now going for the artillery. Doesn't matter. The artillery got 81 kills. I imagine it's out of ammo as well, but still, casualties add up. And, you know, getting rid of a unit, even though it's not really a threat, it's, you know, it does something. It does something. Just cleaning up troops wherever you can. So this looks like this battle is going to come down to Pergamon and Lusitani. I think Lusitani has been preserving a lot of his troops. I mean, we've got veteran shield warriors just waiting, fresh, well-rested. And then Pergamon, he's got units of these spears that are kind of like Thurio spears. I don't know. I mean, I feel like this plays into the advantage of Lusitani. of the defenders, because these veteran warriors are insanely good. They are insanely good. Unless you have archer ability, unless you can shoot, you can loose some arrows on them. I think the attackers are in big trouble. Big trouble. Look at their armor is at 30. Now compare that to the Spartans, 105. Now again, these are royal Spartans. They're highly armored, but their armor's at 30. Now compare that, maybe not Spartans. Look at the noble swords. They're at 80. You know, it's just, yeah, that's the kryptonite of the veteran shield warriors. They have no protection against skirmishers, or very little protection. But they are pushing these defenders back. They are knocking on their door. The Scorpion, you gotta let loose. You gotta just use up this ammo. Maybe, just exhaust it, because there's a good risk that you might lose the Scorpion crew unless you retreat them now. I'm not sure what they're doing over here, but they have almost 200 kills as a Scorpion. That is fantastic. There we go. More infantry pushing in. We've got the Sword Masters, too. They've only lost 10 men. These guys are going to rack up a ton of kills, too. This is what they excel at. Holding choke points. Fighting in the meat grinder. Here comes Sparta. They're pushing up. They've got their pikes moving in. Now, the pikes, if the defenders don't have an answer to the pikes, as in archers, they might be in trouble. Now, they got to send up some support here. These pikes, I guess you can't stack. There's no stacking infantry with pikes. But still, you got to kind of watch the flank here. These pikes are going to get flanked. Yep, there it is. There it is. And you got all this skirmishing coming in. This is why nobody picks pikes. This is why, guys. If you're always wondering, why do good players never bring pikes? It's this. They're so easy to counter. And look, he's just charging him in. He's like, screw it. I'm just going to charge him in. There's nothing I can do. And they're dead. They got 16 kills. I mean, he's just better off bringing a hoplite unit than those pikes. But I get it. It's sometimes fun to use pikes when in the ideal situation. Now over here, the slingers of Lusitani, they've got a lot of ammo. This is bad. This is bad. So, yeah. Sparta, of course, gave up on the attack over here. There's no need to, because his allies have pushed through these two very important intersections.
To arms!
Two very important intersections. Picked Peltis moving up. They've used up their ammo. They're going to go fight as melee infantry. We're down to the last 6 minutes of this battle, guys. And it's certainly looking like it's going to be... Well, it's looking like it's the defender's advantage. Because, again, I don't think these veteran shield warriors can be stopped with what is left. Pergamon has a lot of troops left, but the spears are not known for killing, as well as the swords in this game. This is a beautiful, cool, chaotic fight. We've got, this is kind of the fun part of the battle where everybody has like depleted units. So everybody's just kind of throwing in what they got. And now we got some archers over here, Syrian heavy archers. They're getting a good flank. They're probably almost out of ammo, considering how many kills they have. But you never know. They could have half ammo. They're just getting a ton of kills. This is a great angle from the defenders. Really good job there. Sparta's trying to do something. I mean, they're trying. They're certainly trying. I don't know what else to say about Sparta. They're doing good. I think they're falling back because they don't want to get exposed, the flank. They don't want their flank exposed, because there's a Lusitani nobles unit just waiting in the midst over there.
Double time.
So we'll see. And the Spartan general is just going in. He's just getting swallowed whole by veteran shield warriors, constantly being cycle charged. Pergamon might as well just charge in as well and try to get in there. But if the defenders... Oh, and here comes Bactria. They got their very patient with their sally out cav, now harassing the back flanks of the attackers. If the attackers can actually pull this off, I would be absolutely amazed. They are breaking. I know they're just bow women, but they are breaking a lot of troops from Swaby right now. So they look like they're on the verge of breaking through. The Scorpion is getting hit too. Oh no. This is a blunder. Why didn't you retreat the Scorpion? Maybe because they're out of ammo. That could be it. They have 200. Yeah, they're going to finish with 203 kills. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, we got Pike Central over here. The Seleucids moving out some pikes to the front line. Do they have an answer for it? Do they have an answer? We'll find out. We will find out. But yeah, Bactria is causing havoc in the back lines here. Get it? Bactria in the back lines. Wonderful. Just wonderful. But yeah, these pikes, you got to have some sort of projectile to deal with them. That's it. That's all it comes down to. We've got the veteran shield warriors. They've got 4 kills from throwing in their jabbies. Now the pikes are getting closer and closer. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? You're going to throw jabbies at them? They've lost nobody yet. The unit's still going strong. Still going strong. And now we got slingers. They're slinging. Look at these slingers sling. They're getting so many sling kills. 1, 2. So one has 125. The other has 58. Lusitani was preserving his force for so long. For so long. They have dealt with the Bactrian cav. I think Bactria... Oh, and there's some thorax swords over here, too. What the heck? I guess they were kind of waiting over here. He charges in, tries to get these spears by surprise. We've got a big push by the defenders over here, and there's not much they can do about it. Oh, it's pikemen. Oh, they have no answer for the pikes. They have no more skirmishers. Yeah. I hate to say this, but the attackers are cooked. I think they're cooked. 2 minutes left in the battle replay. Bactria has tons of reinforcements closing in on the rear. Sparta has 1 unit of Spartan hoplites that are helping out Pergamon. Desperate men clashing. They're clashing. A great battle this has been so far. This has been one of those battles where it's really like a battle of attrition. And I love that the Seleucids, they held their pikemen in reserve for so long. And when they sent them up, it was perfect timing because there's no skirmishers in sight to deal with the Seleucid pikemen. I think that's the one critique I'd have on the attackers, or my biggest critique. I feel like they use their archer fire a little too liberally, you know, in the truest form, as in like very loosely, laissez-faire, as the French would say. You know what I mean? Yeah, they just used their ammo kind of just wherever, and I think they should have been a bit more tactful with it. And I think they should have really been surgical with it, is I guess the term I'm going for. But now they're cleaning up. The general of Pergamon, he's breaking. His troops are breaking, and that's going to be the battle, guys. A great attack, a good defense. This was a cool battle. To actually see a battle on a map that we rarely ever get to see was pretty cool. Pretty cool. Was it the closest of battles? No. But like I said, the attackers had an uphill battle considering the balance of power at the start of the fight. I think Lusitani did a great job here of just being patient and preserving his units for the end. If you are a skilled Lusitani player, you can do some damage. You can certainly do some damage. There you have it, guys. And let's give some props to Ellington for submitting a replay that was a defeat. Most of the time, the people who submit replays, like 99% of the time, are victories. Guys, one of the coolest things you can do, send in defeats, or if you won the battle and it's really good, have someone on the losing side send it in or give you the replay file, and then you can send it in, because that will make things much more unpredictable and exciting. So let's end this replay. Look at the results. Good battle. So again, I think Pergamon just couldn't use, so Ellington, I feel like he just couldn't use the fullest potential of his spears. Some got some pretty good kills, but yeah, it didn't land a lot of kills with that. Grey Wolf going as Gaty, Dad or Daddy, I guess, going as RDI. He did pretty good. Sparta did great. You know, you don't really think of attacking Sparta, but did a fantastic job. And then we got Bactria's kills here. Everybody kind of carried their weight here. Swaby doing a good job. You know, sure, Lusitani got the least amount of kills on his team, but he had the least losses as well. You know, not as many casualties. And then here's the Seleucids. So there you have it, guys. That's going to be it for the battle. I hope you enjoyed this one. This was fun. It's cool, again, to see a map that we don't traditionally get to see. And definitely check out the mod if you want to try more balanced maps on different maps. Again, uncommon maps. But thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It means a lot to me, and I'll see you next time on the battlefield.